Transportation is typically an integral part of most crisis responses. In this case, with coronavirus or COVID-19, the absence of transportation is most important to try to contain the spread of the virus and flatten the curve. Businesses and entire industries are trying to adapt to the changing restrictions and conditions. Is this the beginning? Is it the middle? Are we close to the end? All these questions are uncertain. We're currently in the middle of March 2020. 2019 was an excellent year for transportation and travel. Recent data from the Bureau of Transportation Statistics show that the number of passengers and flights are up. Both total, domestic, and international flights continue to set records. Early 2020 seemed to have a similar pattern, but this crisis is changing that. Flights are being canceled. People are changing their travel and tourism plans. It will be interesting to see the ripple effects that this has throughout economies. This is a map from Bing showing the confirmed cases, recovered cases, fatal cases. China is currently still reporting the largest number of cases at over 80,000, followed by Italy at around 40,000, Iran and Spain at around 20,000, Germany at 15,000, and the United States and France above 10,000. Zooming in a little bit into the state that I'm from, North Carolina, we're at a total of about 120 active cases. This number is expected to increase in the coming days and weeks, though. So we'll continue to follow this map and see how that changes over time. So a lot of the big questions to me revolve around what will be temporary, what are going to be permanent effects from the coronavirus. Eventually the toilet paper will be restocked, grocery stores will be restocked. We will return to some type of normal. Some of the questions that exist around the service sector industry, if someone misses a haircut, they'll probably get one later, but that haircut that was missed will just be missed, and that's lost income. Same thing for restaurants and other service sector jobs and industries. The long-term impacts, will there be changes to business travel? Will we find that we can fully utilize the internet and not travel as much? Is this the shock to the system in terms of the way we work and how we move that's going to change that culture long term? Will the number of people who are forced to try telecommuting and working from home increase in the future as they find it to be a potentially viable solution? These are some of the questions that I have, and you may have some of the same questions. As we are continuing through this crisis, some of the information that CityLab has compiled, Los Angeles traffic, which is famous for gridlock and congestion, is moving 35% faster than normal. Speeds in Chicago on freeways and roadways are 60% higher than normal. Transit ridership in New York is down 60% on subways and 90% on commuter trains. Washington, D.C. lost 100,000 transit riders. Rail ridership is down 90% in San Francisco, and Amtrak bookings are down 50%. As a result of all this, revenue is dropping from these transit agencies, even though expenses are increasing with extra cleaning and maintenance of these vehicles. Some of the positive side, though, air quality is improving in Los Angeles and China. Venice's canals are clearing up. Bike ridership is increasing, and there are lots of other positive effects from this crisis as well. So if you have any data to share related to transportation impacts from the coronavirus, please share them in the comments below. If you have any other stories or information related to the impacts, please share those as well. I believe the experience with coronavirus will be important for future contingency and resiliency and crisis planning. And I'd like to capture as much real-time information as possible, so please share anything that you've come across that's interesting.